यार मेरी शादी
हो
होके 10-11 साल हो गए अभी उनका ब्रेकअप तक तो होता ही नहीं था.
What is your current stance on marriage and serious relationships? Good one.
Akhil Rao's stance. Yes, some marriage relation bakwas hota hai.
Hello everyone, hope you're doing good. I'm Nisha Shetty and welcome to Pink Villa. Very recently, I watched this fantastic show on Lionsgate Play, Hiccups and Hookups. And let me tell you, मुझे ये शो बहुत ही ज़्यादा पसंद आया. I was totally spellbound on the bold content experimented in India so beautifully. Season 1 तो बहुत ही बड़ा successful रहा है and fresh of the news is the big announcement of Season 2 in 2022 straight from the Lionsgate Play desk. तो आज इस शो की सक्सेस और सीजन 2 के बारे में बात करने के लिए हमारे साथ जुड़े हैं मिस्टर रोहित जैन, मैनेजिंग डायरेक्टर, साउथ एशिया एंड नेटवर्क्स, इमर्जिंग मार्केट्स एशिया, Lionsgate. He is the brain and the backbone of this masterpiece. He is joining us along with the immensely talented cast of this popular series, Lara Datta and Prateek Babbar.
Well done.
Thank you so much. Okay, firstly, let me tell you, it came straight from the heart. I have watched this series and I'm so thrilled and excited to talk about it with all three of you. Welcome over here, firstly.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Firstly, big congratulations once again on
Thank
the
you.
great success of season 1 and also congratulations on season 2. Indeed, we are celebrating 2 successes today. It's a monumental, it's a milestone that you've achieved in both the regards. Now, talking about Lionsgate's ethos to create unique, bold and very edgy content was very well explored in the season 1. We want to know from you, आपने ये टॉपिक चूज क्यों किया पहली बात तो, एंड वी हैव वॉच्ड द सीरीज, वी सॉ द डिफरेंट कैरेक्टर्स इन द शो एंड जो सारे विमेन कैरेक्टर्स हैं वो बहुत ही ज्यादा स्ट्रॉन्ग है. इफ आई मे से सो, इट्स अ विमेन लेड शो, लेट्स बी ऑनेस्ट. So these days, wherever we look, it's all about adventure, action and thriller. Why this subject?
Great question. I think many reasons. I think the series universe, we are still in early ages. I think हर कोई discover कर रहा है. एक तो पहले ये bold content का मतलब क्या है? I think what is bold, what is edgy. For us, this gave a very unique meaning of bold. Picking up subjects जिनके बारे में इतना चर्चा नहीं होती. So they've not been explored so much. And so many issues have, in a very sort of undertone way, picked up in this series. Dating after potential separation, teenage girl going through her own life, brother who has his own set of challenges to deal with. So I think it picked up some very interesting topics. The second, at least for me, I think the second big factor was, I think in this country, siblings is such an important part of our culture, festivals, but content nahi banta itna. At least for me, the only thing I remember about brothers and sisters is 50 साल पुराना एक किशोर कुमार का गाना, वो याद है. So we were very thrilled to have something which is really around sibling, and I think if there was one, some found it women-led, some found it everybody had different takeaway, but एक चीज common थी, everybody loved the chemistry of the brother and sister.
True.
Yes.
And I think that was the heart of sort of for us to attempt this. And third, for sure, I think women-oriented subjects इतने देखे बनते नहीं थे. I'm glad with Lara doing this, we see suddenly Ravina is doing something, we suddenly see Sashmita is doing something. It's very refreshing, I think.
Absolutely. Yes. Firstly, Lara, I'm very keen to ask you this. We have probably never seen you in this avatar. It is amazing, and you probably, I believe again, have never worked with a character like this before. It's the first time you've experimented with something like this. What made you choose this character? And personally, what are your thoughts about Vasudha and its different shades?
So I think, for me, you very rightly said that it's a character which maybe if offered to me, 5 years ago, I would have actually sat on the fence a lot more, thinking whether I should take it or not. But I think OTT content in itself has pushed the envelope in so many ways with I love the fact that Lionsgate Play came into India, where there are already multiple OTT platforms, but came in with a very, very clear idea and perspective of the audience that they wanted to speak to. It wasn't an easy decision to make. It obviously was made also in consultation with family members, people that it might impact as well. And I think I'm very fortunate in my life to have the support system where they understand that as an actor, for me, it's my career is something that I'm really passionate about. That being an actor isn't just an extension of who I am in my personal life. Being an actor is what I've been born to do. So if I don't get to do that, it's a travesty.
And now talking about people resonating with your character, let me tell you, Pratik, we loved your character.
Thank you.
It was absolutely relatable, especially all of us, all my friends, we actually discussed about it. It is very, very relatable.
Job well done.
Please tell us, what are your thoughts about the character?
I got lucky. I got lucky thanks to Lionsgate, Rohit team, thanks to the writers. I got lucky with Akhil. He's such a loving guy.
Yeah.
He's a really likable, fun guy. He's he doesn't really calculate and not so calculative about his life, or he's just going with the flow and any normal 35-year-old. I mean, in today's day and age, you're either married at that age or then you're just kind of finding yourself. So Akhil is finding himself and doesn't really believe in love, and he's just he's just having fun. He's on his own dating app. He's the founder of his own dating app, and he kind of manipulates the algorithm so he can match with all the beautiful women. So he's having fun. He's literally just having fun, and I think of what attracted me to the character was that he never takes anything seriously. He just wants to have fun.
Now, since both Pratik and Lara threw light on the different shades of the characters that they explored in the series, these shades actually made people love their characters more, and at the same time, they were spoken about as well. But more importantly, these shades resulted in a positive impact, a positive response to the announcement of season 2. So please do tell her, like how he said, his friends are eager to know what's next. What is he going to do next? What's the next move? So everybody is really waiting for it. Firstly, please do share with us, since we did not in brief talk about the success of season 1, do share with us the success of season 1 and also what can we expect from season 2.
I'm waiting for season 2 as much as you're waiting.
Me too.
So,
all of us.
So many questions in my mind. What's going to happen to Akhil's life, season 2?
Yeah.
Will he continue to be happy-go-lucky? Does he have his own set of issues that he'll deal with? What happens to Vasu's character? What happens to the daughter? So many fun things to watch for. Season 1, we're very thankful, very grateful. We had, absolutely fantastic response. It was watched in about 1,200 cities, which was great because this whole, I think the whole myth of urban content for us sort of was, broken through the barrier of that. I think we realized, good content will be watched by everyone. So I think that was great. I think almost 40% of our audience binge watched the entire show. So, lots of stuff that just makes it feel very happy. This was our first show in India, so couldn't be more excited. And so much more to look forward. I mean, hopefully it'll make us all laugh more, cry more, enjoy the journey of the brother, sister and the entire crazy cast around them.
The Rao family.
And please do tell us about it. कुछ तो दे दो यार, थोड़ा तो मतलब ऐसा थोड़ा sneak peek दे दो season 2 में.
Season 2 का sneak peek ये season 1 से ज़्यादा मजा है.
Drama.
किस टाइप का
drama? सब तरीके के drama. All kinds of drama.
क्या होने वाला है?
It's now or never.
That's amazing. So now, since he is not ready to share with what's going to happen next, Lara, what do you think? How will Vasu be in season 2?
See, I think in season 1, Vasu obviously was a lot more vulnerable. Like Vasu thought she had life figured out. कि life मतलब बिल्कुल जिस तरीके से चलना चाहिए वैसे ही चल रहा था. She was married, बेटी थी, ये सब सारा कुछ settled था. तो obviously उसके जिंदगी में भूकंप आया तो obviously she was rattled. So I think Vasu will evolve from there. I mean, she's made some very big choices and decisions in her life. At the end of season 1, she decides to walk out of her marriage to finally get divorced from Dhruv. But does she really divorce him or not? But she also decided to follow her passion as a career. So yeah, there are going to be a lot of exciting things in store for Vasu. I think her love life might be pretty colorful, but maybe not as flippant as it was in season 1. I think you might find some interesting suitors that will enter Vasu's life.
I like now, Pratik. You tell us, how do you think Akhil will be different in season 2?
Wow.
एकदम serious वाला लड़का बंदा हो जाएगा, क्या होगा?
नहीं, मेरे ख्याल से नहीं, वो मस्तीखोर ही रहेगा. I think what we left off with his company, it kind of slips away from his hands. He doesn't have full ownership. So that is definitely going to be a track that we will explore, that Akhil will explore. क्या हो गया उसकी company का, क्या हो गया उसकी career का. And I think there could be a track where he could find love, or he couldn't, or then he's just he's being himself and hooking up with women, and you never know. But I feel like he's still going to remain a brat.
Now, lastly, since we spoke so much about this show, please do tell us, what can we expect from Lions to play this year?
Oh, no pressure.
क्योंकि आपने एक सीजन में एकदम धमाका कर दिया, मतलब पहले शो में इतना बड़ा धमाका कर दिया. We are expecting a lot. Let me tell you.
Lot more. H&H, of course, is our first show. It's our first season 2 show, but I think a lot more coming up this year. We have a really, really massive show coming up next month. I think in 2 weeks' time, you'll start seeing some interesting marketing and information around that. That's in a very cool, different space. We're quite excited how our first few shows are sort of lined up. This is a very different subject. That's a very different sort of college student kind of age group subject that's coming up. Huge lineup of Hollywood content with everything that we do in the US. I think more or less we have about 60 premieres lined up this year.
Oh wow!
And some fantastic series. There's some. I think this is one of the best time for us as generally content makers, as studios. There's some amazing content getting made, some really brave subjects, and a whole bunch of Indian content that you'll see this year. We have a bunch of Indian movies also coming up. We have a Hindi movie coming up in, I think, April, May. So yeah, you'll hopefully keep hearing from us. Continue to follow our app. Hopefully every weekend, we have something new to excite our customers.
On that note, thank you so much, Mr. Jain, for joining us, and thank you so much for speaking with us this evening. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
With Lala, Pratik, and hiccups and hookups, a little bit of fun is obviously on the cards. So this is a fun segment where we are expecting some cool but hot facts to come out. Yes? So let our viewers know you more with Never Have I Ever, our favorite game always. Lovely. Where you take a sip of your coffee if you have never. Simple as that. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Are you ready, Pratik?
Yes.
Are you nervous?
I will be sipping my coffee a lot more than Pratik. ये मैं बता दूँ.
ये मुझे भी लग रहा है. Okay, so without any
Ready.
ये हमारे 4-5 सालों का फर्क होगा.
But I'm so glad we're getting to do this now. ये series की वजह से सारे पोलाज खुलने वाले हैं. So let's start it without any further ado. Very, very first question. Have you ever believed in the hookup culture?
Oh, no.
Never.
I forgot when you have to drink.
Never have I ever believed in hookup culture. You don't believe
अच्छा
in
मतलब
hookup culture.
यार मेरी शादी होके 10-11 साल हो गए. अभी
अगर
hookup
phases
कब
हों
तक
तो-
तो होता ही नहीं था.
अगर phases हुए तो मतलब
I
एक
know.
phase में
फेज
believe
हुआ
करते
मतलब आप
हैं,
नहीं पी सकते
एक
हो.
phase में
ओके
नहीं believe.
ठीक है.
आप क्योंकि आपने ये क्वेश्चन पूछा ना, मैं ही बोलता मत पियो. The fact that you have doubts about this question means you have. Next question. Have you ever tried dating apps? Never? Nice. Obviously, जरूरत ही नहीं पड़ेगी आप दोनों को.
अरे नहीं.
Obviously. Next one. Never have I ever set up a date, either casual or serious, for a friend or a sibling. Set up a date for a friend or a sibling. Obviously. Yeah, no. Obviously. Thought I will take up a role in a bold and edgy show like Hiccups and Hookups. Never.
और फिर किया
और फिर किया.
No, I totally think of me doing all
Yeah.
sorts of. मैं हर कोई किरदार में imagine करता हूँ. I imagine myself in all kinds of roles. So I'm dreaming all day. So this was, I'm definitely, on the list. कि कुछ bold कर दूँ.
Great. Okay, moving forward. Heard stories of casual love turning serious. Yes.
No,
You
I
never-
have
you have. Yeah.
Shania.
You have. Yes.
Shania.
All of us. Okay, next one. Never have I ever got nervous during a bold and intimate scenes.
Never have I ever
Ever.
gone. Wait, what?
Have felt it. Yeah, perfect. Next one, discussed sex life with siblings. Never have I ever discussed sex life with siblings.
Kiya.
I have two sisters. I'm very
So
safe.
obviously. And the last one, never have I ever believed in the concept of marriage or serious relationships don't make sense. Do you believe in this concept? That marriages don't make sense. Do you believe in
Phases, can I say again? Phases.
this? Oh my god.
Phases.
तो कुछ phases
कभी
हैं जहाँ
कभी
पे
मैं believe करता हूँ, कभी कभी
कि
नहीं.
ये marriages क्या होता है? कभी कभी लोग नहीं. Marriage is a beautiful institution.
Beautiful institution. It is, yes.
When was the last time you felt like that?
Okay, what is it? Okay, let's do this. What is your current stance on marriage and serious relationships? Good one, right?
Akhil Rao stance. Yes, some marriage relation bakwas hota hai. And now I am I'm on Akhil's stance.
ये प्यार
So
से
that
वो मार
फिर
है.
पियो
फिर पियो,
मैया
फिर
मोरे,
पीते हैं.
हाँ.
So you never. Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
firstly, for being so candid and for being so honest with all your answers. I thoroughly enjoyed this segment, and I'm definitely sure our viewers did. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So before we end this interview, we have some fun questions from our fans. Okay, first one, obviously everybody has this question. Lara, how did you choose this bold role? What made you choose this bold role?
But I said it before also. I feel like for me, on multiple levels as an actor, as a person, sometimes you need to challenge yourself. Sometimes you need to push your own boundaries a little bit. That said and done, I mean, even when I came onto the show, I was very clear with even the platform कि मुझसे ये सब होगा, लेकिन ये सब नहीं होगा. So I was clear with where my boundaries lay. But I think I enjoyed the fact that I myself personally related in many ways to the confusion a woman in her 40s faces, So many times कि ऐसे करूँ, नहीं करूँ, लोग क्या सोचेंगे कि अगर मैं ऐसे करूँगा तो सोचेंगे कि अरे ऑलरेडी एक बच्चे की माँ है, ये वो ऐसे कैसे कर सकती है. So I felt that was very relatable, and very rarely do you get a chance to play honest characters on screen, that characters that are real, that exist, that women who are confused and women who are looking for love and women who really need to know their own self-worth, So I felt that was a golden opportunity for me to do.
And now, Pratik, please tell us how different is Akhil's character from your real life?
Ooh,
Or similar?
No. I think Akhil is way too frivolous and promiscuous, and I'm not so frivolous and promiscuous, and I think Akhil is very laid back, which I used to be at some point in my life, but now I'm not. If we compare Akhil now and myself now, I think Akhil is very laid back. He's focused on his career, but not as much as I am,
True.
as myself. He is, मतलब उसको drive है, लेकिन वो कभी-कभी बोलता है यार छोड़ो यार, कल देखते हैं. जो मैं भी था एक वक्त पे अभी नहीं हूँ. So I'm what else? I guess I think I would go crazy meeting so many women as myself. So many at such regular intervals. I think I would pagal ho jaunga main. Akhil is just like, okay, bring it on. The more the merrier.
Correct. We are seeing your chemistry on screen, but please do share us how has your off-screen chemistry been? Any
It's
great moments and memories?
as good. As good.
I think we got very, very lucky as actors to be cast with each other on this show. And I think, I'm pretty sure Pratik also agrees that we actually didn't have to work hard at creating that on-screen chemistry. It just happened very, very naturally. And
It did.
I mean, it happened as personalities, it happened as actors with our acting styles. It was I mean, you'll see it also when we're talking. We are very much on the same wavelength with the different things that we want. We know with the show, with all of that. I always tell Pratik this also, that we don't see each other so much when we're not working. But I from the time I've known him, I have a deep sense of protectiveness, towards Pratik.
I'm just a fanboy. I'm just a fanboy.
We all are.
We all are. We all are.
But and when we meet each other, there's no pretense. There's no trying hard to kind of gel with each other or anything like that. And I think that's very special.
And now my last question to you, Lara, is we all know you are a mother to a beautiful, adorable daughter in real life. What did you learn being a daughter to a teenager in this show?
What I learned is I'm not looking forward to teaching our teenage years.
Oh my God.
So my older sister has teenage kids, and for me, I've always been the indulgent Masi.
Yeah. The cool Masi.
I've been the cool Masi, the indulgent Masi before I had Saira. So I've literally, in a way, I've been very fortunate because I've been a second mom to them, for many years. So I'm quite familiar with all the teenage issues and angst and all of it. Here with Kay, Shinova is a wonderful actor. She is very raw. This was the first major piece that she's done on screen. And I think what worked in her advantage is that rawness. She was meant to play somebody who's edgy and, kind of angst, antsy and, impatient. And, most of these teenagers want life to already happen, They don't really want to go through being a teenager. They, all of them, if you ask them, they all already want to be adults.
Yeah.
So I think working with Shinova, it was easy for me because I had a reference point from my nieces on how to play a mother to a teenager. But every time we would do scenes together, I would just say, I'm so happy Saira is very far away from being 16, 17 years old. I'm being really honest. I have no idea if somebody asked me right now how I would react if my 16 or 17-year-old started dating. So I think I will cross that bridge when I get to it. But I have to say that it makes me very nervous.
Thank you so much. Any last words for our viewers before we sign off?
No, we want to thank everybody for the immense amount of love that we've received. So we're very grateful, we're very humbled, and we're so thrilled that we're here today announcing season 2. So we can't wait to be back.
Stay tuned.
Rouse
Absolutely.
heading your way.
Stay tuned. Lots of drama. Season 2.
Thank you so much,
Thank you so much.
Pratik and Lara, for doing this with us. Thank you. It was great catching up with you. I hope you both had as much fun as I did.
Yes,
and I'm
yes,
sure
we
you both
did.
did.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you so much for watching us. This is Nisha Shetty signing off. Till then, goodbye and take care of yourselves. And don't miss out on the season 2 of Hiccups and Hookups and more such urban, bold and edgy untold stories only on Lionsgate Play. Download now.